Hey, Max here for Unbiased News. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for the most unbiased coverage of news, entertainment news, and politics on YouTube. So I was just watching this on X, and I had to make a video. I never thought, well, for one thing, Trump's America and what Trump is doing, I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt until last year. I'm like, well, maybe he'll do some good. I don't know. Then the tariffs, and then this disastrous ICE policy, and him going way overboard, targeting political opponents and blocking and redacting those certain files that he's in, the Trump files. I call them Trump because the Trump files, because he's in them just as much as Epstein. But I never in a million years thought that Marjorie Taylor Greene would be one of my heroes. I do not agree with her. It does not absolve her of some horrible things she's done, especially against the trans community, aggressively mocking them and some of the stunts she's pulled. But she legit, and all you Trump fanboys, and the reason I call you Trump fanboys is that when you say MAGA, Ronald Reagan used Make America Great Again first. Nothing you Trump fanboys have done is doing anything to make America great. And if you're still kissing his ass, you're just part of the cult remaining. The cult is the only one that's remaining. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is probably the one at the forefront of trying to break the cult, for sure. And she just destroys Alex Jones so much that he wants to get her off the show. She's good for ratings, but he knows what she's saying is going to cost him money, because what a sellout. Yeah, small government and not wanting the government to interfere you. Meanwhile, they're making databases of people protesting, is the new news we got about Alex Pretty, that he had an altercation before. They cracked his rib, and they put him in some database. And that's why they're using phones, is to put you in database, because protesters are also using phones to put the ICE agents in a database, whether you think that's right or not. I don't like doing that for U.S. citizens, but if you are enforcement by the government, I don't think you should be wearing a mask. And if you wouldn't do it without a mask, you shouldn't be doing it, because they also had a poll. 70% of ICE agents they believe would leave the organization if they had to take their masks off. You hear that? 70% don't want to reveal who they are. If you have the strength and confidence in what you're doing, you wouldn't be wearing a mask. And you wouldn't do it to save lives, but you'll do it to antagonize and end lives. That's when you want to wear a mask. Okay. All right, so let's look at this clip. This is insane. She goes hard on Trump. She is out for blood. When he called her a traitor, that was the dumbest thing he did besides paying amateurs to redact his name out of the files. Here we go. Let me speed it up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, there we go.
I'm not in a cult. I am not in a cult. People that think they have to defend every single letter or word or sentence of President Trump, if you think that's what you...
Hey, you see that eyebrow raise? That was like, oh, she means me. When he said you have to defend everything, just like Alex Jones was defending the agent and claiming that the poor medical professional that helps veterans in this country, that is a good Samaritan and a real American hero. Alex Jones is not a real American hero. Alex Pretty was. He was trying to say he was participating in a riot by taking out his phone, or taking out your phone is aggressive. When the truth is scarier than weapons. That just shows how far gone Trump and his fanboys are. When the truth with video evidence is more dangerous than weapons. look at his eyebrow raise. That was a very, what do we do? Like the body language translator. What? Defend everything. That's my job, Marjorie. Hold on a second.
Of President Trump, if you think that's what you have to do, you are in a cult. I am not in a cult. I elected President Trump. I fought for him and put him in the White House. And again, I'll remind everybody, voted with him 98% of the time, put him in the White House.
The funny thing is, the reason I like her so much is Trump just says the reason he got elected. And this is like the same thing. I started watching Mussolini, the first fascist, on Amazon. And that's why I'm going to ask AI this week if the similarities between Mussolini and Trump, and if he is actually a fascist or dictator. But all he did too was say immigrants are causing your problems, blame everyone else, but offer no real solutions to help anybody. Whereas Marjorie is trying to keep Trump to his word, and he has no answers, and he hasn't done anything. Every single promise, he hasn't made the economy better. He hasn't made grocery prices better. He hasn't released the files. Even what he has done with rounding up illegal immigrants is a disaster, because talk about DEI. He did MEI hires, MAGA exclusive idiots that blame all their problems on other people, and they're just too dumb to get the job done right. Unfortunately, they're so dumb, it's actually costing lives. All the fear-mongering that they did about minorities and DEI hires is actually legit happening with the Trump administration and his MEI hires initiative. And it's only the best, only the worst performing white people ever. Sorry, most of them are white. That thought they couldn't get a job because of other reasons, when it's probably that they're not good at their job. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, let's get back to Marjorie, because she eviscerates both Trump and Alex Jones right to his face. That's why he wants to get her off the air. All right, let's get back to this.
Because I believed in America First policies. I don't believe in fighting every foreign war. I do not.
Which he started the peace president that needs the Nobel Peace Prize hand me down, that he said this year, no longer will men take women's trophies, but I will take this hand me down trophy in a participation award because I cried so much. What a weak asshole. What a weak man.
Believe in calling.
I don't even call him a man.
Affordability crisis. I don't believe that's a hoax. I don't believe raping 14 and 16-year-olds is a hoax. And and President Trump, I went against him on bringing 600,000 Chinese foreign students.
If the one that gets me the most is when he says affordability was a hoax, because that's what he ran on. That's why he got elected. That was the border crisis with illegal immigrants maybe was number one. I think number one was affordability, but now it's a hoax that he's in office and he can't get it down. He can't get it up either, unless he's pulling up his colostomy bag. All right, here we go.
No, I understand. So Marjorie, closing, you got to come back again soon.
You got to come back on soon. Get off my air. Did you see that? Oh, he basically said she basically said, Marjorie just said here, Trump hasn't done anything he's promised to do. He hasn't brought grocery prices down. He's starting all these foreign wars. He hasn't released the files that he's in. And then when Marjorie Taylor said this, Alex Jones said, oh, you got to come back real soon, because he's afraid the ass he kisses is going to call him. Why did you have her on, Alex? Why'd have you on? And it will cost Alex Jones money to have her on, even though the views are going to be insane, because it is a cult. Confirmed. She knows it's a cult.
Visas. I don't support H-1B visas, and I don't support the state moratorium, AI state moratorium, taking away state rights on AI.
Yes, listen, when she says, when they want to take away rights of women, the reproductive rights, and I'll tell you what, the MAGA men incels abort more babies than the women in this country, but they're with their own hand when they can't get any. So when they take away rights to women, but it's always the state rights. But now when the majority of America, Republicans and Democrat, want to put restrictions on AI, he overrules states' rights to put restrictions on AI because that's how he got in. He's bought and paid for by the tech bros. They want no restrictions on AI. It's increasing your electricity costs. Not only have groceries skyrocketed, utilities have, because these AI data centers with zero restrictions. So not only is it putting you out of a job, you're also having to pay for these data centers electricity. That's why your electricity bills have gone through the roof. And the majority of Americans want restrictions on AI. And he said no. He took that out of a bill because he's bought and paid for by foreign governments. Foreign governments have him buy the pussy with the files. And that's what you're getting. You're not getting what America, it's not America first. It's not Americans first. It's AI tech bros first. So thank you, Marjorie, for calling that out.
On AI, I support state rights to regulate and make laws on AI.
No, I agree. No, stop, because he's got tech bros investors too. This is why true independent media, never reading an ad read. I don't even know how he has InfoWars still. You see how he's like, no, I agree too. But what does his body language say? Stop, Marjorie, stop. That's how I get my money. So, but to be fair too, Marjorie, why is she okay to say this now? Because she made a bunch of money on insider trading with the tariffs. The tariffs didn't make Americans more money. They made insider trading money and people that have an ear to Trump, including himself.
Stop you. You've always been on fire. You've always got a great record. Always gut level. Know you're good. My spirit tells me that. But in closing, you got to come back soon.
100%.
You come back soon, but I need to cut you off now. Okay, that's where we're going to end it. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, get your comments in, even if you disagree with me. I love responding to you angry Trump fanboys. Have a good one, everyone.